What's up everybody? Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to modify your FE501 and how easy it is to switch it back to stock. Okay, you can see I only have 3 tools here. We're going to start off with a 6.5mm and we're going to pull this side cover off on the right side. This is going to allow us access to the exhaust. The exhaust will be the first thing that we change out. This panel's just unsnap. From there I'm going to put my piece of copper wire on the exhaust. I'm going to swap out to my 8mm wrench. I'm going to get these 2 exhaust bolts here. I like to pull the spring before I pull both bolts out, so I'll pull the spring next. So I do this a lot. If I'm going to ride the trail, I switch back to the stock setup. If I'm going to ride the track, I just throw this pipe on. This is off of a KTM 250 SXF. The part numbers are the same. Before I get that all the way loose, I'm going to pull this exhaust spring. Exhaust spring's off. So I was riding the track last, and I'm going to do some trail riding next. So time to change my setup. This is one of the reasons I bought the bike, just because you can change it to do what you want to do. Very convenient. Okay, got the 250F exhaust off. I'm going to put the stock one back on. You can see how restricted it is. Very quiet. I actually kind of like it, but with the aftermarket exhaust on, it's just a whole different bike. It feels like a 450 motocross bike. With the stock one, it feels like a 250F. It's very smooth, but it's just not that much power. It's plenty of power for the trails though. Got that one started. Gonna get my other exhaust bolt started. Just 2 wrenches. While I'm tightening this down, you can admire one thing that's great about KTM and Huskies is how the bolts have a Torx bit and also a hex on the outside. So if one happens to strip out, you have that spare. Super convenient. Some of the Yamahas, if you remember, they were Phillips head, a lot of the stuff. And that Phillips head, when it strips out, you're kind of at a standstill. Okay, exhaust is done. Side panel's going back on. Just snaps into place. Gonna get my 6.5mm out and my other screw. Okay, we're halfway there. Going back to the 8mm. Going to turn the bike around for a good camera angle. Going to pull the airbox cover off. Got our 8mm. Seats coming off. Just one simple slide. Now in here I have what's called a tuner from Best Dualsports. We're going to start the bike up. You can see it just turns on automatically. Oh, a little wet. We're on a ridge right now. Stock. I'm going to go down to stock. Stock. Everything's back to stock. Shut the bike off. Seat goes back on. So these Huskies are amazing to work on. KTM's right up there. I mean, they're kind of one and the same. It's like Ford and Lincoln, but I do like the plastics on the Husky. They just seem a little easier. Okay, we're all done. Back to stock form. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. If you want to see me hitting some big jumps on my FE501, click on the link on the left-hand side of the screen. The one other thing I want to note is I do have the reeds pulled out of this bike. The reeds are put on there to make the airbox quiet because of the street legal. So you can put them in, put them back out. I've heard of other guys running a 450 air boot off of an FC, I think it's called 450. But yeah, I just pulled the reeds out. So it's a great bike. Very versatile. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more.